Hello everyone and welcome back. As I'm sure most of you Camp Cretaceous fans are aware, yesterday we did receive the official trailer for Season 5. In terms of longevity, we only received like 30-40 seconds of new footage, but where we were shown something new, it was pretty big. And that is why today I'll be doing a full in-depth breakdown of the official trailer for Camp Cretaceous Season 5. As always, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, please do consider liking and subscribing, as your support is greatly appreciated on the channel. And of course, it does just help me want to keep making videos. But with that being said, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's get into this breakdown. So the trailer begins with a sort of homage to Camp Cretaceous. Considering this is the final season, it does sort of make sense that they'd give you somewhat of a tribute. However, there isn't all too much information really revealed here, so I'm not gonna, go into it, as it is quite literally just a tribute to Camp Cretaceous. However, the trailer wastes no time into getting into new footage, and what we are shown here is supposedly dinosaurs being transported from other islands to this new island, if not the one that we saw at the end of Camp Cretaceous Season 4. I'm not too sure on that, but, I can probably presume so. Interestingly, though, we were only shown a baryonyx getting out of these containers, and my best guesses for this are either because they didn't want the trailer to go on for too long to, perhaps not reveal too much, or that it's going to be the reveal of Bumpy and the fact that it is still alive and safe. And I wouldn't call it too ambitious if this is the point where we get revealed the new big bad dinosaur of this season. However, it does seem like at this point it's quite early on in the season, so I would be quite surprised if that was the case. Now, moving on swiftly to perhaps my least favourite part of this trailer, and that is the return of the drones. Now, of course, it's no real surprise that the drones are back. However, I don't know about you, but personally, I've never really been one for this whole, really techie era of the Jurassic franchise. I mean, Jurassic World Dominion was probably my pushing limit. However, it does look as if Universal have given us a sort of token of gratitude, as we didn't see the Bradbots at all in this trailer, which I am beyond relieved about. But yeah, not too much to really talk about this shot, other than the fact that Big E.T. does appear to be being controlled by the return of the drones. In the next shot, though, we get a look at what I'm gonna say is when the campers and Kenji have a fallout. As you can see, the campers are all still scruffy, looking as if they just got off the island, which I'm going to assume so is the case, which is why Kenji is all suited and booted, as obviously his dad was revealed at the end of Season 4. Kenji does look like he'll be taking a different dynamic this season, though, as we can see he's clearly on the opposing side to the campers, which is, why, as I say, he's all suited and following the footsteps of his dad without really putting much conscientious thought into, well, how his friends might be feeling. And I feel like this argument, rivalry, call it what you want to call it, will be sparked by the fact that Kenji's dad is quite obviously the one behind, the mind-controlling dinosaurs. And, of course, in Season 4, that's what they were basically fighting against. So now the fact that he's sort of following around his father does sort of seem like he's a bit of a hypocrite. Next up in the trailer, though, we do get our first look at what I'm gonna basically confirm is a fight between the Spinosaurus and T-Rex. That's because we've seen this layout before when we had the fight between the Kentrosaurus and T-Rex, which is why I can say with almost complete certainty that we will be getting a rematch for the ages. I did actually think that the T-Rex was the Carno at first, but upon several minutes of inspection, I can confirm that this is the T-Rex. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I had no doubt in my mind that Bumpy was going to come back for this season, and as we can see, we will at some point get a reunion between the crew and Bumpy. However, I'm very much 50-50 as to whether or not this will be the first time we see Bumpy back in the new season, because, if it is, then it would mean that earlier in the trailer when we saw the, 4 crates, that is more than likely the baryonyx, T-Rex, Spinosaurus, and, Carnotaurus. Or maybe even the big bad evil dinosaur of Camp Cretaceous Season 5. This segment of the trailer does have me very much enthralled, though, because as we can see, Kenji isn't in a suit, and he is of course in the shop. And obviously this is the point in the trailer where all the campers are considering leaving the island. However, on the basis of the fact that Kenji isn't in a suit and is still as scruffy as everyone else, I'm going to assume that this is actually quite early on in the season, and they see a boat and they debate to go, and then at some point Kenji's dad persuades him to, well, stay. And this is, of course, what sparks the rivalry between everyone, and, one event leads to another, and etc, etc. This is perhaps one of my favourite shots of the trailer, as we can see a Carnotaurus, T-Rex, Spinosaurus, and Baryonyx all chasing after something. Now, it is revealed in the shot right after that this could potentially be Sammy. However, I'm not entirely convinced. Assuming it is Sammy, then it's indefinitely a callback to Jurassic World with the scene where Grey jumps off the cliff into the water while getting chased by the Indominus Rex. And that's exactly why I don't believe that these dinosaurs are chasing Sammy. Perhaps, as I speculated, they're chasing the big bad dinosaur of this season, in which is chasing Sammy. Which is, you know, why I'd be a sort of homage to the Indominus Rex. And speaking of the big bad dinosaur of Camp Cretaceous, here we go. The reveal of it. Now, at first glance, I did believe this was just the Spinosaurus, perhaps having an amphibious scene, but as we see in literally a second, it is quite obviously not the Spinosaurus. We don't see any scene of it where it has the spine on its back, and as you can see here, its four limbs are very similar to that of the Indoraptor. And get ready for my extremely bold theory, but I would not be surprised if this is in fact a hybrid of the Carnotaurus, Baryonyx, Spinosaurus and T-Rex. Because why else would you want to get all these predators onto this one island and control them if they're secluded in this island? This does look to be like an actual ultimate predator, the thing that every other hybrid in the franchise thrive to be, but if anything sort of come close to that margin, I'd say it's whatever this monster is. And again, as you can see here, it is attacking Brooklyn and Kenji, and Kenji again isn't all suited and booted, so I don't think that Universal are at all holding back on this season. I think we're going to get this new beast revealed to us very early on, and it's going to have some pretty sick action sequences. And that does just about wrap up my breakdown of the official trailer for Camp Cretaceous Season 5. If you have enjoyed, please do consider liking and subscribing, as your support is greatly appreciated here on the channel. And you know, if you have made it this far, I'm going to say comment Camp Cretaceous Season 5, or perhaps just let me know one of your theories, as I am very interested to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next one.